What is the most critical directional shot in tennis? And what do I mean by directional shot? Well, before we get into it, this video is courtesy of Winston Dude. Check out his channel for some awesome tennis content, and I'll post a link to his channel in the description area. So let's check out this point real quick. And so what do I mean by directional shot? Well, I made a video called the 8 directional shots of tennis. And to summarize, basically there are 8 directional shots: the forehand cross court, the backhand cross court, the forehand down the line, the backhand down the line, the forehand inside out, the backhand inside out, and the forehand inside in, and the backhand inside in. So which of those shots do you think is the most critical? Well, you've seen it in this point here, right? So when Lauren serves, she gets into a backhand cross-court battle against Winston here, but Winston was hitting a forehand inside out. So let's check this out. Lauren hits this backhand, but it doesn't quite go cross-court, right? It kind of goes to the center and short as well. Here's another chance for a backhand cross-court, which does go cross-court, but the quality of that cross-court wasn't so good. And Winston gets another chance at a forehand inside out there. And now Lauren misses this to the net. And I think the most critical shot or directional shot in tennis is that backhand cross-court. If you cannot execute a backhand cross-court with quality, with consistency, you're in big trouble, because you're going to get this matchup where, Winston, he loves to run around his backhand to hit a forehand, right? You're going to get into these battles where you're going to hit a backhand to their forehand, and that's never a good matchup. Forehand to backhand, if you're hitting those backhands to someone else's forehand, that's usually not a good matchup. And what you want to do is get that backhand cross court pretty much to their backhand. And that is a very critical thing, and pretty much an underrated thing, I think, in tennis. Yes, we need backhand cross courts, and we need all these directional shots. They're all important. But if you just cannot get that backhand cross court, it goes to the center like this, you're going to be in big trouble, because they're going to rip this forehand maybe inside in, or another one inside out to your backhand. It's kind of checkmate. So I would prioritize the backhand cross courts and really make that backhand cross court as crisp as possible, right? So how do we make our backhand cross courts a little bit more consistent, more high quality? Well, I believe in the open stance backhand. The open stance backhand, I think it allows you to hit backhand cross courts a little bit easier. And this is not quite an open stance backhand. This is more of a neutral stance backhand, and I'll take it. But on an open stance backhand, it allows you to recover back a little bit easier, right? So it's not just about hitting one great backhand cross court and maybe you'll set up the point that way. No, you may need to hit 5 backhand cross courts in a row, right? We need it to be consistent and high quality. So that open stance allows you to recover back so that you can hit that second, third, fourth one a little bit easier, right? And also the open stance backhand kind of allows you to hit the ball a little bit earlier as well. So on cross courts, you got to hit it a little earlier versus maybe a down the line shot, right? So your footwork is super important. Your stance is super important in trying to get those backhand cross courts. So that's what I think. The backhand cross court is the most critical of all those directional shots. And if you could get it to their backhand a little bit more, then I think you'll be a very successful tennis player. If you enjoyed this video, check out my website, coachadrian.net, where you can hire me as your tennis coach. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.